Hello guys, welcome back to another video on Prime Tennis. Today I just want to talk about positioning, court positioning, how you want to position yourself in different situations and scenarios, and what you want to be thinking about, when trying to work on court positioning, because it's definitely a key component in tennis, with like how fast the ball is coming, with how fast the game is. If you're not putting yourself in an ideal position, people are so accurate with their shots. They run around a backhand, they hit a forehand down the line or inside out, and there's like nothing you can do about it. So you have to be able to close off those angles, close off those winners by your core position. And so that's just what we're gonna look into today. So let's take a look at this video. Okay, that was an amazing point. So starts off with a good serve from Nadal, right? Wawrinka barely gets it back. He comes in, takes the ball early, right? So I guess this is the first thing, right? Serves, he doesn't immediately like go back here, right? He stays in front because he knows he hits a good serve. Stan is out of position, so he stays here. A lot of court positioning is just watching what your opponent's doing and seeing how they're gonna react, right? So he stays in the court. He goes back a little bit for some time, also, because the ball is high. And he takes it early. It's a great shot. He goes down the line. And then next he's going to come like around here, right? So this is the court positioning. Obviously, like, Stan's not going to be able to hit a great shot from here. But, I mean, think about it. If Nadal stays right here, he can easily hit a winner. Even if he's, off balance, out of position, or whatever, he can easily hit a shot here. So Nadal goes here, he covers this angle. He doesn't have to worry too much about this because that's a super hard shot from all the way back here where Stan's going to be hitting the ball, right? So he's watching what Stan's doing, knows he's going to go over here because he was already here. So he moved this way to cover the angle. Stan, if he could have gotten here, well, nice shot to him, but on the shot like the approach Stan Nadal hit, that wasn't likely, right? So he doesn't have to go too far, just over here. Gets the ball back. More positioning, right? You see he's not in the middle. I see a lot of beginners. They'll go, when they come for a volley, they'll stand in the middle. You don't want to stand in the middle. You want to stand, for your volleys anyway, you don't want to stand in the middle. You want to stand a little bit to the side, based off of where your shot went, right? So Nadal went over to Stan's backhand side. So he stands a little bit this way. If he went over here, then he would stand over here. So it's just a little tip there. Stan gets a nice cross-court shot. Nadal gets to it, and that's an amazing shot. But you can see how like a lot of it is just looking what your opponent's doing, what their position is, and seeing how they react or how they're gonna react. Okay, so you see how this guy in the green, he kind of steps in on this shot, right? So he hits the drop shot and he doesn't go back, he steps in. When you hit a good drop shot and your opponent's gonna be on defense, you should come in because the net is so high at that point because they're hitting the ball so low. They have to get the ball up and over the net. The ball's not going to be able to go deep. They're going to have to like bump it up basically most of the time, right? So he does come in and the ball is by the net. So it was good. I mean, imagine if he was standing back here at the baseline waiting for a deep shot. He wouldn't have been able to get this shot, right? But because he steps in, that's why court positioning is so important. Because he steps in, he's able to get that shot and hit him an amazing, behind the net shot. So something that you want to look into when it comes to court positioning is the X pattern, right? X pattern is super simple. So basically, you want to think of the court like an X, right? And you always want to be on the line of the X where you hit to. That's I don't think that's very easily to like understand the way I'm explaining it, but let me see if I can do a better job here. So this guy goes down the line, right? Can't tell if that's a Murray or not. The graphic isn't that good, but he goes down the line, so he's gonna come here. That's what I mean, right? So he forms this X pattern with the ball. So he stands here, he goes cross, stays here. So if he were to go cross again, he would stay here. If he went down the line, then he'd have to move to the other side. And that's just like court positioning 101, like something every player does. You got to do it because if you stay down the line, he hits this shot down the line and he stays here, this guy's got an open court. And it's, well, I mean, you're just giving them the winner. See him run over here, and he's on this side. He goes down the line again. He has to come over here. See how this guy's going cross court. He's recovering here, but you see how he split step in like this area because he doesn't need to be over here. He's already in his spot. Split steps here. This guy goes down the line again. If he goes cross court, he'll stay here. But since he went down the line, he has to go over here, right? Hope you guys get this, and that's just the X pattern. This is a really good point to see it from. You just always want to be cross court from where you hit the ball, basically. That's an amazing shot. Wow. Okay, the guy on the white was Murray. Oh, wow. Yeah. Celebration is worth it. So, let's see. So, you can see already X pattern. He hits the serve out wide. He stays over here because, like I said, you always want to be cross court from where you hit the ball. The guy goes down the line. He runs and chases it down. This guy's trying to recover. He doesn't have a lot of time, so he's the one in trouble here. This guy went down the line again. He's going to try and come back here. And he actually uses that momentum while he's recovering to go around his backhand, hit an inside-out forehand, which is very good. Definitely gives you the advantage. He comes in, he hits the volley over here. So now he's got to close off the angle. I think part of the reason why he lost that point is because he waited. Like, you can see the hesitation right here, right? I don't know if he wasn't confident in his shot or if he just thought the Nishioka wasn't going to get it, but you can see he just stands there. And then, so, like, imagine if he was a step closer, if he took a little bit more time away. Maybe he could have come in, put the ball in the open court, or just blocked it easier, more of an angle to Nishioka's backhand side, and I think he would have won that point. So that's why it's super important to always recover to your position after hitting each and every shot. But I mean, that's still a great get from him, Nishioka. Okay, the last thing I want to go over is the way you want to set up when you are when you're in your spot, basically, when you're ready. So you see Nadal here, how he kind of has his left foot in front of him. So you kind of want to have the court, how do I explain this? You want to be facing the open court, basically. So you remember the X pattern I told you about? When you're standing here, more of the court is in front of you, not when you're facing forward, but when you're facing a little bit, towards your right. So that's the way Nadal is standing here. And he split steps, goes and hits the shot, and he does the same thing. See, when he splits, he hits the shot, and right there, see how he's facing this side of the court? He's facing the open court. He's facing the majority of the court, right? That's something that you always want to do. You always want to make sure you're facing the open court because you don't want to have to worry about this or like this area, right? Nadal's already in his spot, so he's not worried about this area. He's focused on over here. So he tilts his body a little bit to prepare to cover all of this space. I hope that makes sense, right? So from that position too, I think it's super effective when you're on your backhand side because it makes it so much easier to go around your backhand to hit a forehand, something that Nadal does a lot. And I think this is a big reason why. With his hips already faced that way, he just has to run backwards and hit his forehand instead of having to turn while he's running. It's just an extra step that he takes care of right before, and a lot of pros do that. And I highly recommend that you try to incorporate that into your game. It's a great lob. Let's see if we can see it again here. Federer is more square towards the court. You know, not all the pros do it, but it's something that you definitely... Yeah, Djokovic, he did it right here after this shot. See, his left foot is a little bit in front of his right. It doesn't have to be anything drastic, right? I mean, it's not like you want to be facing 90 degrees from the baseline, you know. But you can see Djokovic, he's doing it a lot here. And like I said, going around that backhand, you know, that's just something it's great for. And that's something he's using very effectively in this point. Even Nadal's doing it. Did it on that last shot there. That one was more square. I think because he was in the middle of the court and there wasn't anywhere to face. So, yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. Like, comment, subscribe, dislike. You know, just give me some input, some feedback. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.